The fight about whether Uber drivers are employees or independent contractors has just taken a very, very interesting turn.
Xbox, Twitter, Uber,
Postmates,
Netflix, MoviePass,
Google,
eBay,
DoorDash,
Apple, Amazon, Airbnb,
The Apptrepreneur. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. If this is your first time here and you watch this video and you happen to like it, please do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications. We upload almost on a daily basis, but it's always nice to be notified of live streams and premieres and all that jazz. So, drivers, are you employees or are you independent contractors? This is a debate that has raged ever since I started this channel. Even back then, when driving for Uber was awesome and the pay was good and the bonuses were awesome, even back then there were people who were complaining like, hey, I'm using my car, there's these repairs, there's this gas, why am I paying for that? Because you're an independent contractor, dummy, that's why. And yet, as time goes by, Uber has treated us more and more like employees. They keep taking away features, they keep dropping the pay, they keep hiding things. And so now the debate, my honest opinion, has been for the last several months, we are independent contractors who are, I'm sorry, take it back. We are employees who Uber pretends are independent contractors. That's what I believe we are right now. Well, apparently New Jersey doesn't agree, because they just hit Uber with a $650 million employment tax bill in New Jersey. $650 million, more than $500 million. So this is going to get crazy. This is from Bloomberg Law, by the way. Uber Technologies, Inc. owns New Jersey about $650 million in unemployment and disability insurance taxes because the rideshare company has been misclassifying drivers as independent contractors, the state's labor department said. Uber and subsidy Razor LLC were assessed $523 million in past due taxes over the last 4 years, the State Department of Labor and Workforce Development said in a pair of letters to the companies. The rideshare business also are on the hook for as much as $119 million in interest and penalties on the unpaid amounts, according to other internal department documents. It's crazy. New Jersey, like, who would have thought New Jersey would be the next state to really stick it to Uber? The New Jersey Labor Department has been after Uber for unpaid employment taxes for at least 4 years, according to the documents, which Bloomberg Law obtained through an open public records request. Quote, "We are challenging this preliminary but incorrect determination because drivers are independent contractors in New Jersey and elsewhere, Uber spokesperson Alex Onfeng told Bloomberg Law." No, they're independent contractors everywhere for the moment. California, that might actually change come January 1st if you don't get your stuff together. So anyway, Uber fell 2.7% to $25.99 after earlier declining as much as 3.9% on news of New Jersey's effort. Ride-sharing competitor Lyft Inc. fell 3.2%. Oh yeah, they're hurting. I mean, just look at this. Now, granted, in after trading, they're back up to 26.02, but yeah, they got as low as 25.91 at one point. By the way, you know who was part of that? Travis Kalanick. Apparently, he sold much more stock than even we originally knew. I was going to do another video about this, but you know, we'll just make it like a little side note. He has actually sold 6.1 million shares just days after disposing of a fifth of his stake, bringing the total offload to 711 million this month. The 43-year-old entrepreneur told 164 million of his holdings in the ride-hailing company this week, according to a regulatory filing Wednesday. Last week, he disposed of stock worth about $547 million. I wonder if he's just going to dump the whole thing. I wonder if he's kind of realizing this isn't going anywhere and he's just going to dump it. But anyway, let's get back to this. That was just a little side note. The state's determination is limited to unemployment and disability insurance, but it could also mean that Uber is required to pay drivers minimum wages and overtime under state law. Uber's cost per driver and those of Lyft could jump by more than 20% if they are forced to reclassify workers as employees, according to Bloomberg Intelligence. I sometimes do not like it when these companies mention how much more expensive the rides are going to be. You know what? I'm just tired of it. Passengers have been getting cheap rides for years at this point. Years. A lot of people were able to give up the public transportation system to get private vehicles to and from work. Nobody is owed a ride. But that's pretty much what's been going on. And whenever something like this comes up, journalists and analysts are always quick to point out, well, the rides are going to go up. It's like, yeah, you know what? The drivers are being underpaid. And I think they deserve to be paid a fair wage, much more than you have the ride to get to and from the bar for $2.50, you jackasses. Sorry, we'll calm down for a second. The notice marks the latest attack on the rideshare company's business model. I don't know if it's an attack, it's just common sense in my opinion, but whatever. Which treats drivers as self-employed entrepreneurs rather than employees. No, the model actually treats the drivers like employees, but pretends they're independent contractors. If the model were truly for independent contractors, they could see where they were going, they could set their own rates, all these things. Heck, they could even put the bookmark feature, which has been a very highly demanded feature where, hey, if the rider likes you as a driver, they say, hey, can we favorite you somehow so you can come pick us up? And it's like, nope. Where are we independent at that point? We're not. We are Uber's whipping boy. So anyway, so here's the thing. A classification that deprives the workers of certain benefits. Uber and Lyft recently pledged $30 million each to fight a new California law. They're also prepping for a similar lobbying battle in New York, where lawmakers plan to take up gig worker legislation next year. Shannon Liz Riordan, who I do not like, I want to point out, was said, quote is saying, I expect we may see more of this. She, by the way, Uber and Lyft may be misclassifying drivers. Uber and Lyft, by misclassifying drivers, are harming not only the drivers, but also the states and the public at large. The money that they're not paying into the unemployment and disability systems is being picked up by the states and the taxpayers, which is exactly why you settled with them. You took on a lot of Uber and Lyft drivers' cases. You promised to sue for rights. And what did they do? They said, we'll give you $50 million to go away. And you're like, done. I mean, the drivers get screwed. They get like a couple $100 each. But hey, at least I get $15 million. Because this little window is cropped out. I'm glad you couldn't see me do that. I'm sorry. Anyway, New Jersey informed Uber in 2015 that it had obtained a court judgment ordering the company to pay about $54 million in overdue unemployment and temporary disability insurance contributions. It is not clear whether the company ever paid any of that bill. I would assume no. The state labor department, through a spokeswoman, declined to comment on the Uber situation. Labor Commissioner Robert Azario Angelo said in a prepared statement that cracking down on employee misclassification is a priority for Governor Phil Murphy's administration, Democrat. Quote, for those who say properly enforcing other employment laws will stifle worker flexibility, let's be clear. There is no reason temporary or on-demand workers can't be treated like other employees who work flexible hours for short durations. I agree. So, apparently, there was an audit launched last year, and this was one of the things that determined what they were owed. And then there's strict classification. They're talking, this is all stuff we've covered before. Like, that's kind of like the Cliff Notes, like for people who aren't 100% familiar with this situation, and they're like, okay, so what brought this on? Well, there's a lot of things I brought on. So yeah, obviously Uber's going to fight this. I mean, this is more than $500 million. I mean, granted, they lose $1.5 billion every quarter, but why make it two if you don't have to, right? Well, we're going to have to see exactly what becomes of this, because I swear, I think Uber is getting stretched a little thin at this point. They have contributed millions of dollars to fight AB5. They've got this situation with Dara Khosrowshahi, with him opening his big stupid mouth. They've got this thing hanging over their head. By the way, how do we want to start taking bets right now whether or not this stock is going to hit $20 or less by the new year? I don't know if I'm willing to go that far. However, boy, it's looking really bad. I mean, just look at the week, and then look at the month, and then you look at the year, which is, I mean, oh boy, there was, I think, one day when it was just a little bit more than what it launched at, and it's just been going downhill ever since. Like, this is heading to be a penny stock. Uber is in danger of becoming a penny stock. By the way, just for comparison's sake, Lyft isn't doing a whole lot better. I mean, yeah, they're definitely worth more than Uber right now, but keep in mind they started out over here at $78.29, and now they're down to $41.92. Like, and then when even the founder doesn't trust his company. I mean, this is oh boy. So I know we've got like the weekend coming up, so chances are there won't be a video tomorrow, but if there is, it'll be a quick little live stream. This is going to be fun to talk about. But anyway, I want to know what you think of this ruling. Do you think this is a justified ruling on New Jersey's part, or do you think, no, this is way overreaching? I would love to know. So comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. Sharing and subscribing and commenting, all that stuff, it's very important these days and age. YouTube is doing very weird things with the algorithm, so that helps. That is the best kind of support. However, if you want to support even more, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, of course, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly and to get access to my Patreon's exclusive blog. Also, if gas prices are getting just a little down, check out the Get Upside app below. It's totally free, but you get cash back on every gas purchase. If you want more content from me, check me out at Kevin T. Rodriguez, the Apptrepreneur Vlogs, and Autograph Hound. And finally, if you want to talk to me in person, check us out at the Apptrepreneur Hangouts on Facebook. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.